All right, hi. So we are going to now focus on upper body. We are going to do basically around 10 minutes. We're gonna have a little warm up. We're gonna do an upper body focus, and then we're gonna have a little cool down. Everything that you are doing today, you can do up to 3 times around if you want to do more. Remember, it is important to do some type of exercise 30 to 60 minutes every single day. It doesn't need to be always high intensity, but something that gets your heart rate up and gets you going. Okay, so we are going to start, and as always, we have a dynamic warm-up, and I do this with all of my classes and all of my clients, no matter who it is, and the idea behind a dynamic warm-up is for your brain to kind of start sending blood down to your extremities, start telling your muscles to warm up, and to get ready, because you are about to work them out. So we always start with big Frankenstein kicks, swing those legs up, and you might feel that when you start doing these, you can't get your leg up too high, or it's a little uncomfortable, it's kind of painful. But the more you do these, the more you're going to increase your flexibility and your mobility, which is paramount to your fitness. So the more flexible you get and the more mobile, the more the workouts become easier for you. All right, ankle grabs. Remember, we're not touching our sneakers. If you've listened to other videos, just grab your ankle and pull up. For that extra stretch, you can pull up and lean back. So when you pull, kind of lean, it might throw you off balance a little bit. That's okay. We're not doing a balancing act right now. Just pulling up on those ankles and getting those hip extensors nice and warm. All right, we have squat toe grabs. So what that is exactly how it sounds. We squat, we toe grab, we rise up, and we stand. So squat, grab hold of those toes, try and straighten your legs, and stand up. Good. So squatting down, grabbing your toes. Make sure that your heels stay on the ground, that proper squat form, okay? Never, ever, ever rise up onto your toes. Down to the floor, we have shoulder rotations and wrist rotations. So we're gonna roll our shoulders forward first. Now relax your whole body, so your whole body doesn't need to be moving, just your shoulders, okay? So sometimes this feels a little challenging. You just gotta have to slow it down and get out of your own head. And then we're gonna roll it to the other direction. And bring it back, and just try and get those shoulders to touch your earlobes. Probably won't happen, but that's a good goal. All right, now we're gonna flip our wrists under, and we're just gently going to rock back. So we're not pushing down on our wrists, it's just gentle little pressure. You know, we hold our phones in our hands all day, or devices and tablets, so this is just kind of pushing your wrists into the opposite direction. All right, flip them back over. We have fire hydrants, so we're just opening one leg at a time. One, then the other. It's nice and slow. You are keeping your hips facing down towards the floor. So if your hips had headlights on them, you would be able to see your 2 spotlights on the floor the whole time. Okay, so try not to rock to one side, and you'll get more and more flexible as you go. Okay, so if you're feeling like you can't really open your leg, or even with the Frankensteins, it's okay. The more you do it, the better you get. Practice makes progress, not perfection. All right, so we have hip thrusters, hands straight up, heels are to the rear. We press through our heels and we squeeze our butts, and we're in the air, so lift and squeeze. And make sure you push those hips open at the top, okay? You're really trying to open up your lower body. We do a lot of sitting and a lot of crouched positioning throughout the day. So this is kind of opening and preparing you to have some mobility for your workout. All right, so we're doing all upper body focus today. So we're gonna spend a lot of time on the floor. We're gonna start with the T push-up. And the reason why it's called the T push-up is because our arms are gonna come out to their sides. Now, when you are doing a push-up, you need to make sure that you are lifting and lowering your body as one, okay? And if your parents are military, you should know this. But if you are doing them from your knees because you just don't have the push-up, I want you to keep your feet on the floor. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. So you're gonna come here, and instead of coming up like this, you're just gonna keep your legs down on the floor, and you're gonna do the push-up the regular way. So I don't want you lifting up your legs because that takes some weight off. And if your legs are kind of being dead weight at the bottom, your body has a little bit more to lift and it's gonna still strengthen you to prepare you for the regular push-up. So we're gonna do T push-ups for 30 seconds. And what that is you are down on the floor, your arms come out and like a figure T, and then you pull them in and you press all the way up. You come down and we're out, okay? So 3, 2, let's go. If you're staying on your knees, I want you to still come all the way up because we're not doing full push-ups. So you can open because you're coming all the way down to the bottom and you get to kind of release, okay? So we're coming up. Make sure you do the T, up, good. Make sure you open those arms completely out, extend it, bring them back in, and reset. If you feel that you can't and you have to do it from your knees, then just stay on those knees and open it up. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're gonna do a one-legged frogger. You're gonna be on all fours. One leg is going to come up. Actually, I'm gonna have you have both legs up. If you need to modify, you can drop one leg down, but both legs are up. And what you are going to do is you're gonna push one leg up and you're going to jump and let the other leg come up. Jump. So you're pushing off of the palms of your hands. Your shoulders are holding your weight. Your foot is coming up. So you're jumping, okay? Come on. Keep your butt down. Pop up. Now you can take your rest here in this position. If you need it, make sure your butt is down, that you're not up, okay? Weight on those shoulders. Switch it out. Come on. Couple more seconds. Try and get your foot up to that hand as close as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come on up. All right, we are going to do my favorite, just called the burpee. Not sure, you might be familiar. So when you're doing the burpee, it's important that you are not just throwing your body on the floor. Okay, there's a method, there's a proper way to do it. You are going to catch yourself. You're going to come down to the floor, you're going to plant your hands, you jump your feet back, you lower your body with your upper body. And then your upper body pushes you back up. You jump your feet back in, just like you kind of did that frogger. You come up and you jump. So we're basically putting the two movements that we just did together in a faster segment, okay? So for 30 seconds, we're gonna do some burpees. Here we go. So hands down, jump out, lower, hop in, jump up. That's 1. We're doing 30 seconds. Come down, jump in, jump up, hands back down. It's fluid, okay? So you wanna just keep going and make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're catching your body. When you get tired, you're gonna wanna start to just throw your body on the floor. Do not do that, just stop. Okay, see, I'm breathless. It's normal, you should be. Your heart rate's coming up, but don't lose your form integrity. Okay, so now we have what are called inchworm walkouts. And if you are like, these are so easy, Erica, I wanna do something else, then you can add a push-up at the bottom, but it is not required right now. So you are going to stand straight up and down, hips facing forward. You're going to hinge at your hips, and with flat hands, you are going to walk out, and I want your arms to come out in front of your body, keeping your butt down, your core is tight. Walk up and stand up, okay? So you hinge forward, and you are walking your hands all the way out in front, tap, and stand up. All right, let's do these together in 3, 2, 1. Hinge forward. Walk your hands out, walk them back in, stand all the way up. Make sure you walk those hands all the way out in front of your face so that your butt has to come out of the air, okay? So you hinge, walk them out in front of my face like you're Superman, okay? And come all the way up at the top. Hinge at your hips, flat hands, walk them out, tap out in front. Make sure your butt butt stays down. Come on up. Come on. We have 8 seconds. Make sure you're coming all the way down. Coming all the way up. Good job. Walking out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're doing great. All right, so the next exercise is going to be our final exercise. And it's going to be in a plank. Now, what we're going to do is our toes are going to kind of shift us forward and back, and then we're going to open on each side. So it's called a complex movement, which means that there's more than one exercise happening in the one. So come down, you're on your elbows. What you're going to do is you're going to roll forward, roll back, roll to the side, and roll to the side. Okay? This is our finisher movement. So usually towards the end, I like to add in movements that are a little bit more complicated because that's where the magic happens. That's when you have to like dig deep and really want it. Okay, in 5 seconds, we have 30 seconds. We're gonna do it together in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So push forward, back to the start. Lift an elbow, lift an elbow. Push forward, back to the start. Lift an elbow, lift an elbow. Push forward, back to the start. Lift an elbow, lift an elbow. Push forward, back to the start. Come on, we have 5 seconds. We'll do one more full one. Here we go. Forward, back, lift, down, and drop back, okay? Right into our stretching, so sink down into child's pose. I want you to take your left hand, I want you to thread it through, palm facing up, and I want you to press your palm down into the floor and just relax. Sit back on your heels, let your head come down, and push that hand down into the floor. And start to control your breathing. Big inhales, bigger exhales. You can pull that arm in, and you're gonna thread the other arm through. All right, so now your other arm is coming around, and you're gonna press that palm into the floor, sink your butt back onto your heels, and relax. All right, slowly come out of that. We're gonna do now our final 2 stretches. It's gonna be one side and the other side. Say a cactus pose. So you're all the way on your front. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one arm and you're gonna bend it. And the other arm is gonna press up. And you're gonna stretch those shoulders and that chest. So when we do push-ups, it's really a lot of weight on your pec muscles, which is like right in that chest area. So this should feel pretty good. If you feel that you're too tight and you can't get into that position, just an arm out to the side works too. Or you can have your arm up here. Okay, so never do, switch sides, never do too much. Never, push your body if it's in pain. So know the difference between pain and just, getting through that little bit of discomfort. Doing great. This should actually feel pretty good, especially on days where you're more sore. Just kind of step it up and walk your feet in and roll up nice and slow. And let your head come up. And as always, we'll finish with a deep breath in. So inhale your arms up, in through your nose, reaching up. And then big exhale through your mouth. Good job. Again, remember you can repeat this as many times as you want, up to 3. All right.